Hello again and welcome to our show. Hey, we have another great show planned for you today. We'll be learning about a natural healing system through energy that encourages self-development. Hey, does that sound interesting? Well, I think so too. So with us, it's called Reiki, first of all, and with us we have a Reiki Master and teacher with us today. Let's welcome Sarah Daly to our show. Welcome, Sarah.
Hi, thank you, Lana. Thank you very much.
It's so good that you came out and are with us today. Sarah, you have been a Reiki Master and teacher for quite a while, so tell us about that.
Okay, thank you. I've been teaching and giving sessions for over 14 years, and I thoroughly enjoy Reiki. Reiki is a system of natural healing through energy, and it's completely safe and non-invasive. It's safe from babies in utero all the way to helping the older generation
That's
move
a
on.
good thing.
Yes, yep.
So there's no age limit.
There's no age limit.
It can help anyone.
Yes, because what Reiki is spiritual universal life force energy. And so that energy is what makes up all living things. And it's completely safe. It's the energy that we come into this world with. Even the energy before the energy of our parents. So our bodies know this energy. And
they relate to it, even though this is hard for us to understand. So you're saying energy is in everything, every being.
Yes, it animates every living being, every living thing. And that's been proven scientifically as well. So, but that energy is what makes us live. And so just offering that energy helps, your body knows what to do with it. So
okay,
yeah.
So now you are the conduit, in other words. So we have universal energy. You are going to access that through yourself, through your being.
Yes.
And then you're going to give it to your client. You're going to introduce that, offer it, introduce it to your client.
Right, that's right.
Okay, now for us that are not Reiki masters, that's kind of hard to understand.
Okay.
So then you can train people to access this energy. So how do you access this energy? Do you pray? Do you meditate? How do you get this force in you to give to your client?
That's a great question. Thank you. I do daily meditations and techniques to help clear this vessel and for me to go into a very, very deep level. So by doing these techniques, I'm not only clearing myself, but I'm creating a very deep space that I can hold and then help my client to drop into that space. So what happens is the client lays on the table fully clothed, and I do a guided meditation to help them drop into a deeper space. And it's kind of like entrainment. I drop and they drop, and I drop and they drop, until they're just kind of like hovering right above sleep. They may even be puffing and purring, and they're out of the way. So they've probably told me what is affecting them, what they've come to me for first, and then they're in this space, so now they're out of the way. And your body, since it recognizes this universal life force energy, knows what to do with it. And so it directs me through priorities. So you may come in saying, oh, my right shoulder hurts and this and that, but that might not be priority. It may be located someplace else. We're not just these physical bodies, we're mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies as well. So we have these different levels. And so it might be in different places in the body, or something else might just be priority to take care of over that. So
can you feel it?
Yes.
So as you're doing this technique. Now, your hands are above the patient. Sometimes they touch the patient.
Yes.
Okay, and your hands are above there, and the energy's coming through your hands.
Correct.
Okay, to them. So then when in these meridians, I've read up on some of this, or through our body.
Right, they're the energy pathways.
They're the energy paths. So,
Right.
and now you're doing the Reiki.
Right.
You're accessing the Reiki, the energy healing force.
Right.
And then you're above them some inches, and then can you feel this is blocked? Can you
Yes.
feel?
So how that works, I either touch only where appropriate, or I hover above.
Okay.
And if somebody doesn't want to be touched, that's fine as well.
Okay.
So
is it more effective to touch? Is it more
only because we as humans don't, in our society, don't touch much, and we really crave that without really knowing it usually.
Yes.
So touch really is effective, but no, you don't have to touch.
Okay.
So it works either way. So what I do is I get into that deep space, and I'm very connected. I'm very intuitive.
Okay.
And so I just have a knowing, and however that comes, it comes different ways. Sometimes it's actually, I may get a little pain somewhere that isn't really mine, or, and then I'll know, oh, I'm supposed to go there. Or my hands become like magnets, or, I just have just kind of a knowing. Yes.
A knowing.
And so I just go wherever I'm guided, and I offer. I don't ever push or pull anything in or do anything. It's a completely non-doing modality when it's done correctly. So there's no...
So are you saying a client accepted or not? You're not making it accept.
Right. No, the client's body, because it knows this energy, it's like, oh boy, I know what this is. I need this here, I need this there. And so they're open, and so this energy, that knowing, draws me to exactly where I'm supposed to go, and I just offer that energy until that area doesn't pull so much. So I feel the energy being pulled through my hands.
Okay.
And when it backs off, then I know it's time to move somewhere else, and I'm guided where to move. So I'll be moving around the body, sometimes hovering for a while or staying in one place for a while, and sometimes going a little faster. So whatever is most called for that.
For that client.
Right. And
okay, so and sometimes when you have to stay, you realize that meridian is still blocked.
Yeah.
That did not free up.
Right. So,
and then when people are not as entrenched in their problems and, emotional, physical and all, then you're moving more freely and just clearing up more.
Right. So let me explain what happens there, if you don't mind.
No, sure. We want you to.
So, we take on a daily basis, we take on stresses and our own worst, we bad talk ourselves all the time. So we believe, we buy into things other people say that may not be true, and all of these negative comments and beliefs end up, if we don't do something about them, they end up making blockages in our energy system. So, and those blockages if they're not taken care of, if you're not doing anything to get rid of them, those blockages can cause pain or illness or even disease. So the pure flow of Reiki energy goes in and breaks through those blockages. It releases toxins, and it clears your meridians and your energy system so that it can flow nicely, so that you can be healthier.
Feel well.
So if you
feel well,
right,
and
if
freer,
right, yes,
more energetic.
Right,
more at
because
peace.
It boosts and
I
strengthens
hope more at peace.
Right, it does, because it really relieves stress and trauma, and it boosts and strengthens the immune system. It helps with your functioning of organs and tissues and bones and cells, but it helps mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually as well. It's clearing out on all levels, because this
so
energy,
interesting.
yeah, It's kind of like, if you understand it a little better, if you could compare our bodies to like a river, and the river's flowing nice and strong and full, and upriver there's a flood, and all of a sudden now all these sticks and stones and logs are coming down, and they start to clog the river. Right. And so our energy system is the same way, and all of our negative thought patterns and all of the things that we buy into that are not healthy for us then end up blocking
us, blocking the river, blocking our energy flow.
Right, and like attracts like, and so if you keep going over the same negative thoughts or believing things, eventually maybe you'll have pain in your elbow or maybe your belly or wherever that is, and you can end up with either chronic pain or disease, or just illness, or
if it's not taken care of.
Right.
Now you say that it can lead to, tell us some of the health problems it can lead to. Well, because most of all, this takes out stress.
Right.
And stress, you believe, and we do know, is a huge problem.
Yes, it's like what's underlying all diseases and illnesses. Stress is the underlying cause. And we usually don't do anything about it. We live through our daily lives with one stress coming at us after another, and we just continue going on because it's normal, we think, and then when we go home, we either sit in front of TV, which adds more stress, especially if we're watching the news.
Right, today, isn't that the truth?
Or maybe we just, have a glass of wine or
trying to de-stress.
Right.
And we numb out.
And we're not doing anything. So
this is so interesting.
Yeah, so we really need to actively do something to rid ourselves of that stress. And Reiki does that. Reiki totally relaxes you. After a session, you're fully relaxed, and you have clarity of mind as well, because you go into this really deep state of relaxation. A lot of people tell me that they are more relaxed and feel better after a Reiki session than they do after a full night's sleep.
That is wonderful.
Yeah, and it also, like I said, it boosts and strengthens your immune system, because that energy is getting to all of you. It's going to your cells, your bones, your tissues, your organs, everywhere, and it knows what needs it most, so it's really going in there and boosting.
That really makes sense. You say it's so helpful before or after surgery, after an energy, and during times that you have an illness in the family, there's a super stress in your life, and this is where it really comes into play and helps you so much, helps your whole being.
Right. It works on everything from cuts and bruises and flu and illnesses to chronic pain to Parkinson's, cancer, MS, mental like depression. It helps with any kind of addictions, like smoking.
In what way? Now, in what way? Because when we get stressed, you're relieving our stress and clearing our meridians. Of course, we'll want to do our addiction. We'll want to participate even more.
Right.
And so without all of that added stress, it's easier to beat it, because you really couldn't completely eliminate your addiction.
Right.
But it could help you
I have helped people eliminate an addiction.
You have.
So it goes in with relieving the stress, but it's also giving your body the energy and what it needs to heal itself. So really, it's always about healing yourself, and everybody has the ability to do that, but this is really going in and focusing that. We don't really know specifically how exactly to do that. But so the energy, because it goes on all levels, also helps you to open up to what do I need to help heal myself. I start becoming more aware of maybe the foods I'm eating, or if I'm smoking, that I'm smoking another cigarette, and you become aware more of how to help yourself on a holistic level, with your exercise, with sleeping properly, with it just helps you become more in tune with yourself. maybe when you eat something and you know it's not good for you, you can feel it more, the effects, you're more aware. So it opens an awareness on all levels without going in and, you know, tapping
Right.
at you like, hey, you're not doing right, but supporting you. And it helps you just to feel that much more happier, more relaxed,
More
in
able
tune.
to cope and do what you want to do
Right,
and need to
right.
do.
Yes.
Wow, Sarah,
Yeah.
this seems like just such an, I am just so for anything that's non-invasive,
Yeah.
that, you know, can free us up. Just think of what this could do for you, you know, just, you know, that. Now, then, can anyone learn this?
Yes, yes, actually.
That seems
teach.
hard to believe. Now, I
Oh,
believe,
no,
as you talk, I believe you've got something there.
Yeah, yeah.
But I wonder, you can really teach me to
Yes,
access this
yes,
energy.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. I teach traditional Japanese Reiki, which is different than what is mainstream. It goes back to the roots of Reiki. And it's based on meditations, daily meditations, extensive, and techniques. So, and those techniques are clearing my vessel. So if you think about it, you have 2 glasses of water, and we start out with the mucky, muddy, thick glass of water,
okay.
and the other one is clean.
Clear.
Well, you're clear. So the meditations and techniques and self-development that I do always helps to clear my vessel, and that's the vessel that's holding.
That it comes
this,
through.
Yeah, it's not coming from me, but it comes through me.
you.
And
Right.
so,
You say ego is very important.
Yes,
to put that away and not
Right.
think I'm doing
Right.
this, because you're really not.
but because it's not me. And so by doing the system, working with the system the way it was actually initiated, you know, then that's through the meditations and techniques. Then I'm
that
able
you
to
have
access.
empowered yourself with,
Well,
to be able to do this, and your pupils would have to do that too.
Right, they would have to.
They would have to do the steps. You
yes.
just can't automatically
Right.
say, oh, I think I'll access the universal
Right.
energy. It
You
has
don't
to be
have-
a
you
much
have-
more
That universal,
deeper,
yes, it's a
complicated.
deep connection within. So if you're not practicing going in and tapping into that deep connection, then how can
Daily.
you hold that? Yes,
You
daily.
could never hold the energy.
You could never hold that for an hour or an hour and a half.
I see
You
this.
know, so
yes.
and your mind would start going, oh, they said their shoulder was hurting, I better get there, rather than allowing
Relaxing
the
and
hand-
allowing.
Yeah, allowing
very-
to be guided. So it's a really beautiful system. And I love going to the Japanese traditional, which I practiced and taught the non-traditional for like 7 years before I started teaching.
And then you said this goes much deeper.
But this is so much deeper, much more effective.
That's great.
Yeah.
We're running out of time. Sarah's business is, Sarah, you'd like to hold that
Yeah,
up for us?
okay, sure.
It's Reiki and Light. You have been listening to Sarah Daly, Reiki Master and Teacher. Sarah's contact information will follow. And I know you have found this show as interesting as I have. Now, it was interesting, wasn't it? Until next time, you be happy and keep smiling, and I'll see you soon.